This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. We had seen what is a file, what is a data file, what is a file group, all these things in yesterday's class. Make sure that you download all the videos without fail. These videos will get deleted once in 2 days or once in 3 days without any notice. Yeah, if you don't download, you will be the loser. So I cannot give you these videos once it is downloaded. So you will be the loser. Make sure that you download these videos and keep them in your local computer on daily basis. We will have classes only from Monday to Friday. So no class on Saturday and Sunday. Be clear on this. And we don't have any weekend batches and we don't have any evening classes. Okay. So evening IST timings. We don't have any classes. We have only classes scheduled in the IST mornings. Now, the next topic would be SQL Server data types. We could see lot of varieties of data, right? So we have date and time data, for example, date of birth, date of sales, date of transaction, date of payment. It is completely date and time data. We have integer data. We have numbers, quantity, right? All these are integers. Employee number, room number, road number, all these are numbers. Then we have currency data, right? Currency means you have Indian currency, you have Dubai currency, USA currency, you have currency data, and you have lot of bit data, true or false, and we have string data or called as a character data. That means your name is consisting of characters, right? And my name is having also characters. We have characters data that is called string data. Then we have integer data, date and time data, currency data. All these are called different types of the data uh, in the real world. So how can we store this data as part of our SQL Server? What are the data types that we have? When you learn C or C++, Java, .NET, every programming language has this topic, data types. Clear? Not only SQL Server, Oracle. So all the programming languages as well, Android, C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, whatever you learn tomorrow, it has data types. Clear? So let us understand this. If you see all the characters in this world, if you take all the characters in this world, there are two types of characters. Okay, let me take a paint and draw it. So I'm talking about all the data. Okay, let me take all characters. There are two types of characters in this world. Okay, one is called Unicode data. One is called Unicode data. Unicode characters. The second one is called non-Unicode characters. Okay, so these are the two types of characters are available in this world. One is called what? Unicode data. The second one is called non-Unicode data. Non-Unicode data means it is purely the data coming in English. Okay, each character will take 1 byte of space. So that is what you need to understand. So non-Unicode means it is a purely English language data. For example, I wanted to store my name. I write my data in English, right? And this is my name. I'm going to be writing my data in English. So this is what is called non-Unicode data. You're storing the data in English. But many countries do not understand English. For example, you go to China. Do you think that they understand and they store data in English? No. If you go to Russia, they don't even speak in English. If you go to Paris or France, so they don't understand English. But how they are using computers, how they are, understanding the software and everything, because they don't deal with English. They have their own language. They'll be able to use them. So Unicode means all languages, including English. Clear? So in this also we have English. Plus, you have other languages as well. For example, if you go to China, no bank is going to be storing the customer name in English. So the customer name in Chinese only, Chinese language. If you go to Paris and they use their own language. If you go to some other country, they don't use English at all. In India, yes, we use most of the time English, and so other countries they may have their own languages. Clear? So in this case we have one character is going to be occupying 2 bytes of space. Clear? For example, if I have Bhaskar in this case, so I'm going to be taking 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, it's going to be occupying 7 bytes of space. Clear? But if I store same Bhaskar here, it is going to be taking 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 into 2, 14 bytes. It's going to be occupying, even though I store in English, because Unicode supports English as well. Clear? Plus other languages. Plus other languages. So it is going to be supporting. Okay, so that is what is the difference between Unicode and non-Unicode. You need to understand the difference. In many interviews, this question is asked. In many interviews, this question is asked. Okay, so we need to understand and try to implement it. Unicode is more recommended nowadays. Why? Because all people, all the you know customers are completely any country, any language can use this Unicode data. Clear? So if I go to Google today, let me go to Google, and I want you to understand this. If you see carefully, do you know what is this? This is Indian language. Okay, this is some other language. All these are Indian languages. So this is my own language. This is different people having. So how come Google offered in these languages? So what is the meaning of this? Google is supporting Unicode data. Clear? If the Google does not support Unicode data, then you cannot search in these languages. Am I clear? It is very, very important with that. So all the languages today Python, today's Java, today's Oracle, today's Excel, today's XML, everything is supporting Unicode data. If somebody is saying I don't support Unicode means they are out of the IT industry. Remember this. If Android says no, 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 I don't support this. If iOS says no, 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 I will not support this language, that means what? They're out of the market. So no country is going to be using that. Only maybe US people and UK people may know English. Only those two countries will use. But other countries people, they don't understand English at all. For them, it is very, very difficult. If you wanted to be in the market, you have to support completely international languages. Am I clear? So all modern languages, including Python, Java, Android, Excel, SAP, whatever be the software that you're using today, all these softwares are using Unicode data. But only the minus point here is that one character will take 2 bytes of space. So that is the minus point in this. But even though that is a minus point, people are not worried about space today, right? 1 terabyte of hard disk may take $50 or maximum $100, right? So people are not worried about the spaces, even though it takes 3 bytes, 4 bytes, one letter. I'm not going to be worried. Clear? Because the space of the hard disk is very, very inexpensive, or you can say cheaper. Am I clear? So people are going to be using Unicode data most of the time, but few applications or few places you may use non-Unicode data. So this is what is called localization. Unicode is what is called globalization. Globalization means what? You're supporting all language people, all countries people can use your Java, .NET, anything. Clear? So even SQL Server supports, Google supports, right? Google is supporting Unicode data. Am I clear? So in non-Unicode sector, SQL Server has few data types. Okay. What are the data types this guy has? One is called character data. Okay. The second one is called varchar data. So character maximum data you can store 8,000, and varchar also maximum you can store 8,000. And the next one is called varchar. It is not varchar max. Clear? So these are the three data types Microsoft is giving to us, and these are for completely non-Unicode data. You can store purely English data, but I wanted to have Unicode data types as well. So in this case, it is having a few more data types to store all languages data. First one is called nchar, which is going to be occupying 4,000 characters. The second one is called nvarchar. N stands for national care, national varchar, and 4,000 maximum characters. You can use it. And if you wanted to store more than 4,000, then you can go in for max, nvarchar max. These are the three data types given by Microsoft. Okay. If you wanted to store purely English data, you can go in for char. If you wanted to store English, Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, Chinese, any language data I wanted to store, if that is the case, go in for nchar. Clear? So when should I use care or uncare? So the question is, if you have a fixed length data, when you have it, go in for character or uncare data. Fixed length data. Fixed data length means the length will not change. Clear? So for example, my phone number or my postal code. So when you say postal code, the Indian postal codes are having only the six numbers. Okay, six numbers. So your postal code, my postal code, or you'll have male and female. The length is fixed. Male and female length is only one character. Okay, so the length is fixed. Okay, the postal code or the phone number, my phone number is this. Okay, so in India the phone numbers are only 10 digits. Clear? So we have these phone numbers. Your phone number, my phone number is not going to be having more than 10 characters. Clear? If the length is not changing, then you can use either character or n character. Okay, so that is what. If the length is fixed, if the length is fixed, we can go in for character data. Clear? So many people, understand characters means what? Characters means what? You need to understand this point as well. Character means all letters. Okay, all letters plus special characters. Special characters means what? So do you know what is a special character? Special character means all these space, and all these things are called special characters. Clear? So all of them are special characters. So this, and even numbers are supported. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All these are called as a character data only. Remember this. Clear? All letters of English, Chinese, whatever you have it. Clear? So all letters, including all languages, will be taken as a character only, special characters like this and space, all these are also treated as a characters only. Even the numbers also treated as characters only. Clear? For example, I wanted to create my password. So what is my password? I'll say test at the rate 123. So this is a string data, or you can say character data. So test is a test and at the rate symbol and 123. This is a purely character data. It is not integer data. Okay. According to IT industry, numbering means something else. Integer means something else. I will discuss later. So characters means all these things are supported. Remember this point. Clear? So what are the things? So it is going to be supporting all letters of all languages and special characters and numbers as well included in the characters only. Clear? So when I say char is going to be occupying fixed length data. The length of the data should not fix. For example, in India, my phone number, my postal code. My phone number is 10 digits, and every in else's phone number will be having 10 digits. But varchar means variable length data. So my name is Bhaskar Jogi. I'm having only 7 characters. So variable length data. The length of the data will change. Okay. Variable length data will be there. So remember, so your name, my name, your address, my address. So the length of the data is not similar, right? For example, my name is Bhaskar, right? Your name is John Kennedy. So you have more length, right? And or your name will be Mac. So like that, you may have 3 characters here, you may have more characters here, you may have less characters here. Different people will have different names, right? The length of the data is not similar, right? So if the length of the data is not similar, so this is what is called employee name, or you can say customer name. Customer name is what is called varchar data. Clear? Varchar data maximum 8,000 letters you can store. Why 8,000? Yesterday's class we discussed each page is 8 KB. So that is fixed. So maximum you can accommodate your data in that page itself. Clear? If you wanted to store more and more, then you have a lot of difficulties, right? If you have some item that is crossing more than one bedroom, so it will be difficult for you. Or you wanted to ship that item to elsewhere, you have a lorry will have a size, right? If you have the more than the lorry size your item is, what happens? You need to cut the item into two parts. Clear? So have half of the item in the lorry number one and half of the item into lorry number two, and you need to ship it. Clear? So you can store the data not more than 8 kilobytes. But however, if you have sometimes the data may come with more than 8,000 KB. So that is where varchar max up to max means it is not unlimited data. So there is a limitation up to 2 GB of data. Up to 2 GB of data you can store. It is variable length data only. Maximum does not mean that you can store 10 terabytes of data. No. Up to 2 GB of data max you can store, but in this purely English data. You may have English letters, special characters, and numbers that can be stored in this. Clear? So purely English characters only, not other languages. That is what is called varchar max. Hope you understood what is a character. Character can occupy maximum 8,000 letters. If you take it, not more than that. So fixed length data. For example, here I told you postal code numbers, right? And your phone numbers. Okay, all of them can be stored there. And variable length data, I have given you employee name and other things. And varchar means variable length data. If you're crossing more than 8,000, byte, characters, then less than up to 2 GB, you can go in for varchar max. Clear? So these are the data types Microsoft is giving to store the non-Unicode data. Clear? So in this case, we have nchar 4000 and varchar 4000. Same rules apply. Nchar means fixed length data, and up to 4000 characters we can store. Why 4000? Because each character is going to be taking 2 bytes. 2 into 4000 characters, 8 bytes. So that is the maximum page size. Clear? So it is half of this. So here also 4000 max up to 1 GB of data. Okay. Up to how much of data I can store? 1 GB. Why 1 GB? Because 1 GB into 2 bytes, it will become 2 GB. Clear? Why 4000? Because each character is going to be occupying 2 bytes. Unicode supports English plus all other languages data. Be clear. NCAR stands for what? National care. You can have English data plus Hindi data or Chinese data, any data you should be able to store. Clear? And varchar, that is also same thing, same rules applicable. Variable length data and varchar max means up to 1 GB of data. Characters is going to support all these things, all letters, special characters, everything it is going to support. Guys, am I clear? Any questions? So these are the data types we have. One is called Unicode data. The second one is called non-Unicode data. Are you clear? So this is what I explained. So character will take up to 2000, 8000. Varchar this one, varchar max this one. Unicode nchar, and varchar max. Let me go to SQL Server. How to open SQL Server? You type go to start SSMS. That's what I told you. Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. So you just open SQL and I think I have. Let it open. 1 minute, guys. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. And you have a database. This database is given by Microsoft AdventureWorks DW. This is not my database. This database is created by Microsoft itself. They're trying to give this database. They're trying to give this database to us. So for the learning purpose, this is a AdventureWorks database. So they're having a lot of tables in it. Database will have a lot of tables, right? So lot of tables are available here. And this is one database for learning purpose. And one more database, AdventureWorks DW, data warehousing database. One more database Microsoft is giving us. So you can download these databases from Google itself. If you don't have it, I will be giving it to you. Okay, so don't worry about it. I go to this database and expand it. You could see lot of tables. How to create tables, how to insert the data, all of them we're going to start after 1 week. Okay, so no worries about it. So as of now, you have a lot of tables in it. Now, there is a table called fact additional international products description table. This is a table. Okay. So this table is having some information. I wanted to show the information. So I'm writing some command. You don't worry about what I'm writing. So this is the command to read the data. Okay. So from where I wanted to read the data, I say use this database. This is the command. Okay. So all these are SQL commands I'm writing. So all these commands you're going to be learning very soon. Okay. So I'm going to be executing one command. I'm going to be executing this command. And see now, this is the data which is giving it to us. So this data is Bosnian and Bosnian, Latin language. Now you see, read this data. Let me copy and paste it. Anybody can read this. What is this language? Now can you read? This is not English. Do you think that it is English? Do you think that it is English? What is this data? Is it English or Chinese? Now SQL Server is storing the data as it is without conversion. This is what is called the beauty of Unicode data. You don't convert into binary. As it is, you store it. Now you read this data. So is it English data? It is not English data, right? So you can store this data. It's not English. Now it is Farsi data. So I don't know which country is going to be reading this data. Probably Arab countries or Middle East countries, maybe having Farsi, right? And it looks like Urdu. Now you have this is our language, Indian language, Hindi. Let me store this data. This database is not by I did not create this database, created by Microsoft. Clear? They wanted to show you how a other data, including English. If you see, this is English, I think. Somewhere you have English data as well. So you can have English, you can have Chinese, and see now, it is one more language from India. It is one more language from India, right? And I'll show you my script. I'll show you my script. Even Microsoft is, giving all this. This is my own language. This is what we speak in our, in our state. So this is what we design. Have you read this? You can read. I think most of the people can read it. So this is not, I did not store this at all. Clear? So you need to understand SQL Server is supporting not only English data. So this is English, right? This is English. So whatever you are storing, it is English. And you have, this is one more, Indian language. Okay, India has lot of languages and every language has a good script. Clear? So most of the Indian languages are captured in this. You can see this is Urdu. It looks like Farsi only. Okay. So you can store. I was in Dubai for some time. Okay. I was, doing a project for Dubai Mall. So they had lot of data, but not in English, completely into Urdu and Arabic. So you can see Arabic data as well. Clear? Most of the time they speak, they don't understand, right? If you go to Dubai and the Middle East, they don't understand English and other these things. They speak in Arabic. Arabic has a good script. So most of the applications, Java, .NET, they take Arabic data and they process that data. Clear? So this is Gujarati data, one more Indian language. And this is, I don't know what is this language. Now you see, read this. This is some, it looks like English language only. This is I don't know, Irish, and lot of languages are available. This is Pashto. So this is looks like Urdu only. So all these languages are going to be supported by Microsoft. Clear? You can store any language data as it is today without conversion. That's what is the beauty about this. If you wanted to see the data types for it, you can just maximize this. Then you can see product description. This is what is the description. This is n varchar max. Have you seen this? It is not varchar. It is n varchar max. And culture name. This is the culture name column. So this is also n varchar 50. Clear? So it is very, very important, guys. And this is how you can understand. So database today, not only SQL Server, Oracle, I wanted to take this data. Let me show you. Let me copy this data and open Excel. You think that Excel may take only English data always, okay? You can also store your own languages here. So this is one language data. Let me go and take this data, copy this and put it here, okay? Now you go and take, let me take one of the Indian languages data. I wanted to show you how each application is supporting it today. Now you take Chinese data as well, very Chinese data. Let me take Chinese data. So copy Chinese Hong Kong. Let me go and copy Chinese data as well. Clear? So I have stored different data here. Now I wanted to save this file. Can I save this or not? Let me save it. So I say this is a book one. I have saved it. Let me close and let me open the again book one. Where is the book one? It is stored somewhere. Let me open it. So now we can see same data as it is. So Excel is also supporting Unicode characters. Unicode means all data, including English. You can store your name in English, and that is also get saved. Clear? So by default, Excel is going to support what? Unicode data, not non-Unicode data. Clear? So Unicode data means it is supporting all languages, including English and plus other languages. This is what is called Unicode data I'm talking about. Clear? So not only English plus other languages as well. So all these are called Unicode data that you can have it anytime. But if you take Notepad, okay. Notepad is called as a flat file or a text file. Let me store some data here and let me have some data in English. Okay. And let me take this data as well. Control C and let me say Control V and let me save this file. So save some test document. Save this. Now let me open this file. Okay. You need to check all of them clearly. So test. You can just open this. Now, Notepad is also supporting this, but if you go to olden days notepads, it was not supporting all of them. Okay, while saving, so it is taking as UTF encoding. Okay, if you have normal other encoding, it is not able to save it. In lot of other computers, if you open Linux and open the notepad, so their notepads are supporting purely English data, not this kind of a data. Nowadays, even notepad is supporting this data. If they don't support, they are out of the market. That's what I'm saying. Okay, if any application does not support, this means they're out of the market. They need to support. So you can save any kind of a data anywhere nowadays. Oracle, SQL Server, Java, .NET, everywhere you should be able to have your own language. If you have a script means clear. So this is what you should be able to understand about character data, Unicode, Unicode and non-Unicode. Any questions, guys? Now, what is the other difference between char and varchar? One difference I told you, fixed length data, variable length data. What is the other data? Okay, so we have a question. Let me answer that. So the question is, so when we define a table, is it wise to correct? Correct. Yeah, yeah. Not defined. So what type of the data you are having it? Do you store purely English data? Then define non-Unicode because it's going to be having only English data and one byte, right? You don't waste space there. But if you wanted to store international languages, then definitely you must use Unicode data. Probably in India, we are not storing any data in our own language. Probably, maybe all banks will take all your names and signatures, everything in English. So why to waste your time and my time? So you have the pure non-Unicode data. But if the customer says that, if the bank says that we may have the data in other the local languages as well, then you need to define the column as what? Unicode. Am I clear, Srikanth? So it is definitely you need to analyze the data before creating a database, before creating a table, before understanding the requirements. This is what is called a designing phase, right? You understand the requirements, then you design what kind of a table I need, what columns I need, what is the data type I need. Designing phase. But if you don't do proper designing, then definitely the application will fail, right? For example, you have a function at your home, so you wanted to hire a restaurant chef, and you give your requirements. Hey chef, I need this food. I need chicken. I need pizza. I need that. I need this. I need this. You give your requirements. After gathering the requirements, chef is going to be explaining. This is how it is going to come. This is how it is going to come. Is going to be designing and telling you this is what you need. This is we don't have it. This is how the pieces would be. This is how the shape would be. This is how the look and color of the food would be. This is what we are going to be adding it there. So why is it telling you all of them? Because this is what is called designing an analysis phase. Clear? So you give the requirement saying that I have a function or the I have a buffet tomorrow. I'm inviting thousands of people. So I need to have a food tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after 1 month. So when you give your requirements to the chef, chef is going to be giving you so a lot of his suggestions. And you say that I need this, I don't need this, and he will also say that I need this. We cannot do this, we can have this. So lot of things, analysis and designing is going to come. Once you agree on the analysis and designing, sign off will be done. Then the cooking is going to start. Clear? So in the software also, you give the requirement, not you means not you. Companies will come. A banking will come. They say that we need an application. Clear? So the bank will give the requirements, we capture the requirements, then we analyze with the bank. This can be done, this cannot be done. Then after that, you create a tables, you do lot of things. So requirement, design and analysis, then cooking or we'll say coding here. Clear? The coding will start there. That's how we need to understand. It is not a 400 bytes standard, it is 4000 bytes. Okay, 4000 bytes. 4K means 4000. 4000 into each character is, it is each character is 2 bytes. Clear? So 4000 into 2 bytes will be, it is at 4000 characters. Number of characters this. It is number of characters 8000. 8000 characters into one character will take 1 byte. It is 8 bytes, 8 KB. Clear? It is going to be taking each character will be 2 bytes and 4000 characters I can store maximum. Clear? Yeah, that is the
Okay.
case. Maximum. Yeah, yeah. So now, so when should I use char? I clearly explained. Use char for the fixed length data and small sizes data if you have it. Use varchar to allow values of differing sizes. Avoid varchar for frequently altered columns, for example, address of an employee. Let me explain last point. It is very, very important point. Let me save this. So many times you get these questions, right? Many times, okay? I'm going to cover maximum interview questions. You need not Google it anything further. Clear? So 80 to 90% of the interview questions are covered in my classes itself. You follow my notes, you follow my classes, you can clear 80 to 90%. Whether you are putting 3 years of experience or 10 years of experience doesn't matter. Clear? I'm going to be covering from very basic to very advanced level. Clear? You buy any Udemy videos or you Google any videos, you will not be able to see in detailed sessions. I can definitely challenge. Clear? You don't get any classes elsewhere. They'll teach you how to create a table, how to drop a table so that anybody can teach. Okay? So how to do it is not important. Why we are doing is very, very important. Clear? You ask them, a Udemy guy, why unique code, why non-unique code? He will not be able to tell you the answer. Clear? So that's where you can tell. So I'm talking about a table. Let me create a table. Table has a few columns. Okay, this is my table. The table name is called employee table, employee ID, employee name, employee salary. This is my table. I wanted to have to store lot of data in it. So I'm stating employee number 10, let us say John. Salary is 1,000. Okay, salary is how much? 1,000. Then we have next employee, let us say Anu, salary is 2,000. Then we have next employee, let us say Salman, salary is 3,000. Like that, we have lot of data, right? So this data is called as integer data. So this is what is called varchar data. Varchar, let us say 110. So maximum you can have 8,000 characters, but I am restricting myself with the 10 characters. Clear? I don't want to, cross more than 10 characters in this. That is what I'm saying. And salary is some other data type. So if you store this data, what happens? All this data will get stored in a page. Do you remember? I told you yesterday. All the data, when you store it in the table, all this data is going to go to your page. I told you lot of example yesterday. You take pizza, the pizza as it is will not be there. Pizza will get converted into glucose, carbohydrates. Then I told you vitamins, and end of the day, all this pizza will get go into the blood. That is how the conversion happens internally. That you should aware. So when you store the data will not get saved as it is. Clear? The data will not get saved as it is in the table. It will go to the data file, and the data file will have a page. Clear, guys? And the data comes here. Now, what is the page size? It is 8 kilobytes. Now, how it is going to be happening? Now, it will store like this 10 and sorry, it is not, it is, let me take first, let me explain character data, then we'll go for the varchar data. Okay, if I have character written, what happens here? So the 10 is going to be stored in the page. The next, you will have John. John occupied only 4 letters. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine, 10. Then after that, you have 1,000 will get stored. Clear? So whether you use all the data or not, it is going to be giving you 10 characters, but you're taking only 4 characters. The next data will come here, 20. Now Anu is going to be occupying 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 2,000 is going to be getting saved. Then 30, Salman. Okay, you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 3,000 is going to be stored. Clear? So when you have character data, how SQL Server is going to be storing, it is leaving 10 bytes, 10 bytes for each and every, the data and storing the data. So when they give you fixed length of space, if you occupy the complete length, that is fine. but you are not occupying the complete length. You are wasting the space. Clear? So what is the big issue here? Wastage of space. So that is the big issue in the character data. To overcome this, what normally we do, we'll say we'll make it to varchar data. So when you make it to varchar data, what happens? The page as it is, you have the page, right? So end of the day, the data will go to the page only. But now I'm talking about varchar data. Clear? So whenever you store the data, what is happening here? Whether you're having you're supposed to have 10 characters data. So 10 length is, the space is 10, but you occupied only 4 letters. So here you have 10 characters, but you occupied only 3 characters. The space is a 10 character space will be given, but you occupied only 6 characters. So wastage of space I'm talking about. Clear? So if you say character data, fixed space will be given. Whether you eat or don't eat, it will be given. For example, you order pizza, say medium size pizza. So there are some four pieces will be there. If you eat two pieces, what will happen? Two pieces are waste because you don't have anybody. You are going to be wasting the food there because fixed size food will be delivered to you if you order medium level pizza, right? So there the size is very, very fixed. But how much you have consumed? Only two pieces, not the complete pizza. So what will happen? Wastage of food is the big problem there. Clear? So that's what I'm telling. Now to overcome that, we can use varchar. Character is going to be behaving like this. This is, I'm talking about character. And here I'm going to be talking about varchar. When you go in for varchar, what happens? It will be like this. If you store this kind of a data, 10 John, then 1000, then 20, then Anu, okay, then 2000, then 30, then you have Salman 3000. Okay, so like that, it is not going to leave any space at all. When you go in for varchar data, it is not going to be leaving any space, but here you will have a space. John is 4 characters, remaining 6 characters will go waste. Clear? So in the character data, you will waste lot of space in the hard disk. Clear? And you will waste lot of space in the hard disk, especially where care data you don't waste. You say 10 John, after that no space left. Clear? So that is what is varchar data. Now you think varchar is always good than the character data. But if it is character, if varchar is good, why can't we use varchar only everywhere? Why character is needed even today? Right? If varchar is good everywhere, but why Microsoft is giving character as well as varchar, whether it is a fixed length data or variable length data, can't we use only varchar everywhere? Why Microsoft is giving this one and this one too? Clear? See, it is varchar or character 10 means what? Billion. The maximum you can store what? Maximum you can store 10 characters. You cannot cross more than that. That means you can have one letter or up to 10 letters. So in this case, I have stored only 3 letters. But the maximum you can take 10 characters. That is the meaning of character 10. So clear. So where char 10 means what? Same thing. Maximum you can store up to 10 characters and in a minimum is one character. But here, when you're storing 4 letters and remaining six spaces are not left in this. But in case of this, it is left. That's what I'm telling you. If you order a pizza, the 10 pieces will be given. If you eat 10 pieces, it will be good. No wastage of food. But if somebody says that no, I need only 3 pieces, I need only 4 pieces, but everybody is getting 10 spaces. Clear? So what will happen? The space wastage will start. The food wastage will start. This is a buffet. Buffet means you need the food how much ever you need it. You go to the buffet and you take So I need only one piece of pizza. I need one piece of, a small quantity of sweet dessert. So you take how much ever you need it. You don't waste the food there. In case of werker or in case of buffet. Okay, werker is simply a buffet, a lunch or dinner, so where you don't waste your food. But character is simply a similar to a parcel meal or takeaway meal. In the takeaway meal, they'll give you fixed length of food. So if you consume it completely, then there is no wastage. If you don't consume it, if you only consume it, one third of that, then remaining 70% will go waste. So that is what is going on here. Clear? So care and where care. So people may ask you, if where care only good, why care? Even today. Let me give you one more example. So tomorrow Anu comes and says, it is not Anu, my name is Anu Radha. She was modifying her name. Clear? When you modify, you can easily go, since there is a space, you can update it. I wanted to have Anuradha here. Do I have a space here to accommodate this new spelling? I don't have a space. So that is where the issue starts. Okay. So tomorrow, if somebody updates their data, for example, employee address, you may be changing from one address to another. So initially, you will have varchar 300. Next time, your address is varchar 500. Now, what happens? You have to accommodate two more hundred letters extra. So now I don't have any space here. So in case of varchars, you will get a lot of issues. What Microsoft SQL Server is going to do, if you wanted to, give Anuradha here, it is going to be bringing all the data down. Okay, it will adjust lot of things. Now it will be a big problem for us. It will take this data and it is going to be bringing it down. It will just why it is not coming down. Yeah, so it has to bring like this, and it has to accommodate space like this. Okay, so SQL Server is going to be accommodating a space and giving the things. It will not give you error, but it's trying to accommodate the address and the space. That is where the issue starts. Clear? So when you update something here, since you don't have a space, SQL Server has to push the remaining data down, and it has to create a space for the new data which is coming in. It is a big circus SQL Server is going to be doing in case of updates. Clear? If you have more and more updates of any column, then definitely your updates will become very, very slow. Why? Every time it has to look for the space. Here, space is already there. In this case, we don't have any space at all. If there is no space, it has to adjust the space first, then include the data there. So because of this, varchar is not so good for the updated columns. Clear? So this is the point I was talking about, especially for the address. If there is an address column, don't say varchar 500. You say character 500 only, because address may change from every now and then. Clear? So even though which is a variable length data, you don't consider address as a variable length data, because address will change. If we change the address, the length may increase or decrease. Decrease means no issue, but if it is increasing means 300 to 400, 200 to 300, 300 to 350, you need to accommodate the more 50 letters in the database. So that is a big circus for the SQL server. So avoid varchar for frequently altered. Altered means updated columns. So what are the columns heavily updated? Your names will not get updated. Your age will not get updated regularly, but your address will get updated regularly. Wherever the updations are more, the data updations are more, consider giving those columns as varchar data only. Sorry, it is not varchar data, it is a character data only. Clear? Don't give where care there. Give as character, even though there is a wastage of space. Am I clear? So that is what is the beautiful learning point you should be able to understand. Now, if you wanted to store numerical data, then we have whole numbers, then we have decimals, and we have approximates. Clear whole numbers means we have a tiny int, small int, big int. So these are going to store data without decimals. Clear? If you wanted to store data with decimals, then we have decimals and numeric, and we have approximates means real and float. This is what is called numerical data. So numerical data is three varieties: whole numbers, tiny int, 1 byte, small int is 2 bytes, integer is 4 bytes, big int is 8 bytes. Clear? You need not specify automatically when you say tiny int, 1 byte will be taken. Small int means 2 bytes will be taken. If I say half a dozen, six will be given. If I say dozen, 12 items will be given. So you should not say dozen in the bracket 12. People will laugh at you. If you say tiny int, it is automatically 1 byte. Small int means 2 bytes. Int means 4 bytes. Big int means 8 bytes. So that is how. In tiny int means it is going to be taking a 0 to 255 positive numbers. Clear? So there is no negative data. You can have it. If you wanted to have small int, you can have minus 32,768 to positive this number. So this is the range of data you can insert in that column. If you go in for integer, so this is the size you can have it. Clear? If you go in for big int, the range will even more bigger. And we have decimal data. Decimals means decimal data, whether negative numbers or positive numbers. You can have 38 digits before the decimal or after the decimal. Put together, you can have a maximum 38 digits. So floating and real means approximates 0.33333. We'll say recurring numbers or we'll say approximates. Clear? So float is 4 bytes and real is 8 bytes. So it can occupy less digits after the decimal. It is going to be occupying more digits. For example, if I store a approximate means recurring numbers. Okay. If I say 3333 up to this a float can store, okay, and 0.3333 it can store much more, so it can store up to this, it can store some more, this. So this is more accurate than this. Okay, so here it is only 4 bytes, so it can have 8 bytes, it can store some more digits. Okay. So people would ask you what is the difference between real and float? Both of them are going to be storing recurring numbers. Clear? But it is going to be having more space, it is less space. It is more accurate, it is less accurate. That's it. If you wanted to store recurring numbers called approximate numerics. Clear? So you have a float and a real. So that is where we're going to be using this. And the decimals, I told you 38 decimals before and after you can have decimal and numeric. These are two data types are available. There is no, difference. Both of them are synonyms. Decimal or numeric, both of them are two data types, but they can store only decimals data. Without decimals data, this we can have it. Now, to store the currency, we have small money and we have money. We should not use decimals and everything. Clear? So, because uh, money should have more, accuracy. So, definitely, small money is 4 bytes. You can accommodate up to millions of dollars. Money means you can put millions of, trillions and billions of incomes and everything. Clear? So small money and money. So employee salary would be a small money, right? So Bill Gates in income is a big money, or you can say money. So depends upon your income or depends upon the situation. You need to use small money or money. Clear? To store the date and time values. So date of birth, date of death, date of transfer, date of sales, date of transaction, date of delivery, all these things are included in your database. So that is where we can use small date time. You can have date between this to this. If you have date time, so you can have data between this to this. If we have date time to starting to end, so this is the end of the year. So you have only date. So starting from this, ending from this, no time is taken, only the pure date. So all these things will include date plus time as well. Clear? This includes only the date, not the time. And you have a time, it will not include a date, only the time will get captured. And a date time offset, you can have a Greenwich time plus 530 hours, Greenwich time plus 330 hours. If you wanted to store like that, we can go in for date time offset. Clear? So sometimes we'll see, you will get the amount. Somebody sent me amount yesterday, and I'm getting a message from Zoom.com, PayPal.com. You will receive the money to your bank account Greenwich time plus 530 hours. That's what it told me. Okay. So Greenwich time, I should know what is the time plus 530 hours. It will take to get the data, the amount into your bank. So they may give you not exactly the same time. They don't say Indian timing 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. They say Greenwich time plus 530 hours. So during the time, a date 16th or date 17th. So this is the date and time, and you may get this funds in your bank account. So that's what PayPal is saying. PayPal, the Zoom is saying for me. Clear? So the data is written in a date time offset. Clear? So these are the things that we have to store the date and time. And from tomorrow, we'll discuss the binary data. Are you clear? So you may ask me, even though, even though we're having letters and special characters and numbers in the character data, why especially again numerical data is needed? Because according to the IT industry, you can have a number in the character as well. So what do you mean by that? So for example, I wanted to have a number, for example, employee number, phone number. Even though these are numbers, IT industry is not treating them as a numbers. Why? You don't perform any arithmetical operations on your phone number. So then treat that as a character data only. Remember, okay, IT industry, some rules you need to understand. Even though my password is a test123, so it is a completely character data. My employee number is 123. It could be an integer, but uh, IT industry will not take that as an integer because you don't do any plus minus arithmetical operations on the that data, even though that is numerical data. So the data will be treated as a character data only. Phone number and room number and a street number, road number, all these are numbers, but these numbers will not be used to perform arithmetical operations. These numbers are called as character data only. Clear? But what is a number where you perform arithmetical operation? For example, quantity sold, sales amount, tax paid, right? And credited, debited amount. All these are the numbers where the arithmetical operations are done. So IT industry treating this as a number, remaining numbers, room number, phone number, employee number, street number, road number, hotel number, all these are letters only. All these are characters only. Clear? Those are not numbers according to the IT industry. Be clear on this. Any questions, guys? So tomorrow we'll continue. Guys, hope everybody is getting the videos. If not, mail me, bhaskarjogi@gmail.com, and check your spam. Keep, checking your spams as well. You will find from goonlinetrainings.com lot of, mails will be sent, right? Some URLs, some new meeting IDs will be sent. Make sure you're not having mails into spams. Okay, yeah, you say that it is not a spam mail. When you say, then it is not going to be putting into spam, but keep on checking it. Clear? Thank you guys. Bye bye. Any questions?